everybody. Today we're going to talk about conversion tracking, specifically when it comes to GTM. We're going to talk about GA tomorrow, but I thought, just because GTM is a little involved, we should definitely start here first. Um, and what is conversion tracking? Well, that's how you actually track the conversions from all these different platforms such as GA, GTM, and then GA, or when I say GA, Google Ads, and the site, and you have them all talk together and you have them optimized to a purchase, right? And then not even optimized to a purchase. Actually, a lot of it's just some of this is going to be for fact finding, right? Analyze your path to conversion. See if the add to cart drop off is more than 25% from the add to cart to purchase to payment method, etc. Sometimes, that's how you find out where there are errors, is actually having this all set up and then analyzing that path to conversion in Google Analytics. So when we talk about conversion tracking, really you have to have the code set up. From there, you have, of course, GA and then GTM and then Google Ads. And then, of course, it starts with the tags and it goes to the triggers and then the variables. The variables are the different, almost like locations where the trigger will be. And once the trigger and the variable match, you have a fire, and then boom, the pixel or the tag actually launches, and then it says fire, and then you see this, where it succeeded, and then you double check it. For this, we're going to set it up from beginning to end, and I think this should probably solve about 60% of a lot of the issues you see, like, why isn't this working? Why is this not registering? But again, this is going to be almost a three-parter series. I don't know yet, but it'll definitely not be one video. It'll be an hour long of just me talking. So let's kind of divide it up. Today we'll talk about GTM. Tomorrow we'll talk about how GTM and GA work together. And then we'll see how long that takes. So let's minimize this screen real quick. Okay, so here we have GTM. You've already loaded your pixels on the site. You have a heartbeat going on. So here you have you basically need three elements to start: a conversion linker, the GA4 event tag, and then the Google tag. You also need a Google Ads tag too. And we're going to talk about that. I'm not going to get off the hook. I'm going to actually talk about that. So let's set this up from beginning to end. So you start with new. Let's start with, you need a conversion linker. So let's start the conversion linker. Boom. You have that. Enable linking, and then you add the trigger. We're going to talk about adding triggers, so just hold on. But we just want to set up the tags real quick. So, and then you have the GA4 tag. Boom. You have that right there. Then you have the measurement ID. Measurement ID, just so you have it, just so if we're really getting nitty gritty, you actually, I'm already here. Look under data streams, under admin, and then boom, measurement ID is right there. And then you got it. And then from here, let's go back. You also have event name, but this is actually your different variables. So for this, you enter, we're going to use click class, click text, and click URL. By the way, those are the three different elements we're going to be testing today. So there's click class, which is the coding of the name of the button, usually, where you can see where the on the back of it, or on the back of it, but in the coding itself, it'll actually say whatever XYZ JPEG 4, right? Or 4 JPEG. That's the name of the actual code of the button. From there, you actually grab that name and you put it here as a click class. Then you have click text, which is like get coupon, submit lead form, add to cart, just the blatant name of the button. And then you click that. And then you have the click URL. And the click URL is probably the easiest one. That one we'll test right away, and that'll be pretty simple. So those are the three we're going to talk about today. And this should solve literally a lot of your problems that you're having in terms of tracking. It'll be one of those three will definitely help you. And then the tag, Google tag. So for that, Google tag, you just do this. And a lot of people think it's redundant to do Google tags. I still think it's smart. And Google tag, usually get that. I usually just go right here in the thing and I just look for it and it says it right there. So that's kind of cool. It'll actually say it. So if you go to GA and you enter in the little search bar, you enter Google tag, that's where it'll come out. That's where I just easily pull it. And then boom, you just enter it there. Discard changes. Okay, so now you've set up all the tags. Oh, one more you need to talk about is Google Analytics. So, or not Google Analytics, Google Ads. Right, conversion tracking. So remember, like with Google Ads, it's a little more trickier. So with Google, with GA, it'll actually identify the firing triggering mechanism, right? So just by having GA, the event hookup, that's all you need, and it'll identify the firing. It'll actually say this is the article, or this is the Calendly button, or whatever it is. So with Google Ads conversion, with Google Ads, it's a little bit more nuanced. You have to say, because remember, you have in Google Ads, you have that one on the conversion, right? That the wrench and the hammer or whatever that is. You click there for conversions, and you have all these different event conversions you can hook up. So you have add to cart, submit lead form, your lead magnets, your submit lead forms, all sorts of crazy stuff. So you have to set that up. But when you do each one of these, the add to cart, the purchases, you go to this screen here, and this is exactly what it looks like. I don't have I don't have a payment method hooked up or a Google Ads hooked up to this account yet. So this is all just data. It's all just GA and GTM that I have hooked up to my site. So I don't do outbound is what I'm saying. So for all intents and purposes, I'm just describing what happens. So once you identify the add cards, the purchases, submit lead forms, the different lead magnets, you click on those. You click on, like, say this is the add a cart one. You get the Google Tag Manager, and you get these two buttons here, the conversion ID and the conversion label. You go back here and you say, so this would be like your add to cart, right? And then you would say with the conversion ID, conversion label, and then you would add the firing mechanisms here at the bottom. Now, there is conversion value, but we're not going to talk about purchases. We're not going to go there yet. There's actually a special way to do that. I don't want to get into that. I think it's just talking about click classes, click text, and click URL is more than enough for one video. So that's another video that we'll talk about that. But that's how you do Google Ads. Discard changes. Perfect. Okay, so now you have your 3 or 4 different tags set up. Google Ads, Conversion Linker, Google Tag, and GA4. Now you're going to do the triggers. So here are the triggers, right? These are all the different triggers I have on my site, right? Now, looks like a lot, but it's not. These are just clickouts. A lot of these are just clickouts because I have a lot of case studies and articles on my site. So just so you know, let's actually go through them real quick. So we don't need this one anymore. YRV, there you go. So this is what it looks like right here. There you go. So these are my case studies, and then this is my articles right here. So that's why there's so many. So I have roughly 12 articles and 6 case studies. So that's exactly what this is right here. Case studies, articles, and then we have a Calendly links that we're gonna measure. So, and then of course here you have the variables. Now the variables, remember we talked about 3 elements: tags, triggers, and then variables. So you're going to always have the page host name, page path, and page URL when you set up anything. You'll always have that. And we're going to talk about where those are in the testing mechanism. But for what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about click classes, click text, and click URL. That's what we'll be talking about. So you go to tags, right? So you basically pick these, right? Let's go to variables. And you pick these specific levels where you want to analyze that feedback, right? And it kind of says where it is too. Auto event. This is really cool. And then of course you have the triggers. And remember, when you match a trigger with a data variable, that's when you have a fire for that particular tag. So let's see here. So what we want to do is first, let's look at the click URL. I think that's probably the easiest place to start. So what we'll do is let's go to preview. Boom. Okay, dynamics. Okay. Let's click out of this, click out of that. Okay, so now we're in a controlled environment. We have a case study, boom. Okay, so let's click randomly somebody here. Let's click this person right here in this that UI, the headset, the metaverse. Okay, so this is my case study here for this. Okay, so I click through, and what do I have here? So remember, I have these will always fire. This is the path host, path refer, and path URL, I believe. But it's those three path ones I was talking about. That's all these are. So those fired. And then we want to see where the click URL fired. Well, if it's click, didn't fire there, didn't fire there, didn't fire there, boom, it fired right there. So this is the conversion linker. These are the three that we talked about, right? And it would actually say Google Ads here too, if that was part of it. But remember, this I wouldn't necessarily put in a Google Ads. I mean, I may put it for reference, but that's it. So how do I know that's true? How do I know this was specifically for the one I was doing, right? With the girl with the metaverse thing. So let's go through this. So we have it here. Let's see here. We're going to click. So I clicked on the thing. You should be here. You should be here. Where are you at? There it is. It's right here. Article for the metaverse. Right here. It's this guy right here. Boom. Same thing with all these. If I look at here, it was about a quarter down. 2/3 down, somewhere around there. There you are, right here. See? So that's how I know it's firing correctly. Good. Okay, so that's the click URL. Click URL, thumbs up. So the next one we want to look at is the how we set up the Calendly link. Let's look at that because this is quite interesting. Because with the Calendly link, well, the reason why I want to do that is because that's a little bit more trickier. Let's go home here. It's actually on my page. And we'll go to the Calendly link at the bottom. There she is. Okay, so it's this one right here with the woman coming out. Okay, so remember, I said there are three different things for the triggers. Or the variables that link to the trigger. It's click URL, click class, and then click text. So with this will be, we're going to analyze the click class and click text. Click text would be just get started. That's a no-brainer. Get started, exclamation mark. But if I wanted to click class, I would right click, then do inspect, and then boom. It actually shows up right here, but you can see it above my head right here. But you can actually see it right here on the right where it says M317C2 WICU button. So this is the click class. That's what that is. So let's just say we want to do the click class. So what I do is I'd write that down or copy it. I'd actually copy it if I can. There we go. So you copy this, boom. Okay, so I copied it. Okay, move on. Get out of this. Okay, and then you go to, let's go over here. We're going to see where we're at. Okay, what do we have in terms of linking? Okay, so how do we have this set up? Yeah, so all elements. So this is it right here. It's a Calendly link. This is a click class. Okay, so it has a coding. Remember, you see it has a coding right here that we just did. So just for reference, where can I put it? Let's add another line. Just for reference, I just want to show you what it looked like. Boom, that's the exact same button. See that? So this is it. It's click class. And even though it says click all elements, remember, it's a click class. So that's important to know. Hit discard. Discard. Okay, and then go back. So let's take a look. I think it's still linked. Is it the woman? There she is. Okay, cool. So if I click here, in theory, the click class will launch. So let's go ahead and do that. Firing. Okay, so let's go back. See what fired. Okay. So I think actually I have to restart this. Hold on. I think I did out of order. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so I take that back, my friends. So let's go over here and let's disconnect this, disconnect this, disconnect this, and disconnect that. Disconnect that. Okay, cool. So let's preview. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I got ahead of myself. Okay, so boom. Okay, so it's there. So again, we're going to test this out. Continue. Right, we have our consents. Everything's good. Nothing else is fired. This is new unproven ground. Okay, so we go down here. Boom. So we're going to click this. Remember, again, like I said, this is a click class. Click. Fire. Okay, go back. What do we got here? So we have our 3. And then we have our... Ooh, look, see, something did happen. Right here, if you see this comment thing. But let's look. Boom. It's this. So let's click what these are. What do we have here? And we have, lo and behold, it should be a Calendly link under click class. Boom. That's it right there. Under, well, maybe it doesn't say click. Well, yeah, actually, it does say click class. So then, boom. See, that shows that that's the coding of the button that I was talking about. Now let's switch it up. Let's actually call it something else. Let's actually use the click text, just so I can keep honest. And then just so you see here, right? Again, Calendly click class. Boom. So just so I can be honest about this, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's get out of this. Okay, so now let's switch this out. So let's say we want to keep this as we want to use, there it is, the get started button. Remember, because now we're going to use the click text. And the click text says get started. So where is that at? Let's get rid of the one we don't like. The one we just, all elements, that's the one we don't like. So that one, hold on, how do I get rid of that? There we go. Sorry, guys. Get rid of all elements. And then we want to add get started. See, get started was the name of the button. Hit save. Perfect. GA. Let's fix this. Again, get rid of that one. Where are you at? All elements. That's a click class. And is the other one in here? No, it's not. So we got to add that in. And get started. Add. Save. And then what we're going to do here is one more. The Google tag. Again, same exact thing. Take out all elements. And we're going to add in the, because I'm pretty sure, yep, doesn't have it there yet. Just this one, get started, save. So what did I just do? So I just removed the click class, the coding button for the real button that says, or not the real button, but it actually says get started. So we're just going to prove that works. So now we saved it all. So now we're going to go to preview. Let's go here, connect. Perfect. So let's go down. We have a cool connection. And in theory, perfect. So remember, this button here will be it'll be click text. Fire. Okay, so let's make sure I knew what I was talking about. We have the 3 buttons that we're talking about: path URL, path host, path refer, I think. But that's these 3, so don't worry about these. But let's take a look over here. What do we got? Oh, we have 1. We have 2. Okay, that's kind of strange. Let's see what that's about. I think one of these I forgot to remove, but let's take a look. Conversion linker. And let's see what we got here. Click text. Look at that. Get started. Boom. See how I did that, folks? So the original one, or the one before this, was click class, the code. Now it's click text, the button. Let's click this one, go all the way down. We'll have to check the other one. Boom, click text. So what does all this mean? Well, first of all, it means it's a good place to stop. Second thing, it means that we have consistent firing, and we've demonstrated how we can do the 3 different link conversions. But now with the video, the sequel to this video, we're going to talk about hooking, quote unquote, hooking these up or monitoring these in Google Ads or in GA, because in GA, that's where we want to look at the debugging and whatnot and see how they register. So GTM is good. And again, this would be hooked up to Google Ads. And then we're going to talk to the next element. We're going to talk about Google Analytics. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching, and I look forward to showing you more. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you.